Vice President, both about John Bolton. But I wanted to go straight to Matt and the third way and what they came out with today. Number one, please. Reported first by Politico Playbook this morning. Headline here: Can Democrats talk themselves out of the wilderness? Matt, just tell people, how did this project start? How did you? What was sort of the process you did it, and why you think it's important?
Look, I think after the disaster of the November elections for Democrats, there's been a lot of soul searching. And one of the things we've been really looking at is why have so many voters who might have voted for Clinton and or for Biden abandoned Democrats in 2024? And one of the reasons that we kept hearing in focus groups, and it would show up in public opinion data of all kinds, is they just think that we're weird, that we're out of touch with, we don't talk like they do, we don't think like they do, and especially that we are focused on things that are either irrelevant to them or are completely out of step with them. So if you look at the language that not a lot of Democratic elected officials use these kinds of phrases, but some of their staff do.
All right, let's put up
And
number two, please. Keep talking.
yeah,
This
sure.
is some of the words. Go ahead.
Right. So we put a list out of 45 words and phrases that people in democratic politics, advocates and philanthropists and staffers and some elected officials and candidates use that are just incredibly off-putting. They just do not sound like normal people. You would never hear these words in a normal discussion in a bar or in a grocery store or, in the fabled diner of American politics. And what we've tried to convey to people is that is incredibly off-putting and you sound super strange. And when you're trying to attract people and make the tent bigger, you don't want to use language that repels people and makes it smaller.
So we got, for those of you watching on YouTube as opposed to listening to podcasts, we've got some of the words up there. Things like the unhoused, food insecurity, housing insecurity, person who immigrated, birthing person, dislodging, triggering, othering, microaggression. Lindsay, ever use any of these phrases?
Every day.
Yeah. um, so, Matt, it said in the piece in Politico that you guys didn't do research on this. So, how did you come up with the words? Like, did you just be doing you using AI or just from memory during the campaign? How did you come up with them?
I mean, we've been compiling this list for a while,
Got
and
it.
we've been making, we've been keeping it in our back pocket because we've been seeing it. We didn't do specific research, like we didn't test othering and birthing person. We had a gut instinct that when you talk about pregnant women as birthing people, most Americans find that odd. So I think we're right about our gut instinct on that. We might not be. We don't have, quantitative data to prove it, but I can tell you the response that we've gotten from people in politics has been overwhelmingly positive. There are people that don't like it. There are people that use these words. And let me just be clear that these words were all created with good intention. They were created to protect, in most cases, vulnerable populations, the trans population, homeless population. But it just isn't how people talk, and it doesn't do anything to protect those people. In fact, by being so off-putting, we think it puts those people more at risk. I mean, no one in normal America talks about homeless people as the unhoused. That is just not the way people talk. It's the way people talk on college campuses and, in the offices of philanthropies, but nowhere where voters are congregating.